Hello and welcome again to the Company Interiors channel. Here we are in the office bar, covered with preserved plants and all sorts of items that we are shipping out to you. And in today's video we are talking Halloween. We are talking a display that we're going to look at making with our preserved plants, and I'm going to shortly transfer over to Denise, our floral stylist, who's going to show you how to do that. Now, first of all, I want you to have a look in the description below this video. You can click on a link and have a look at all the products that we use in today's display video. You've also got the option of clicking on a link and getting some free samples of some of the mosses that we use in our moss walls and moss frames. So if you like this sort of thing, never forget to subscribe, never forget to click the automation bell to get more alerts about these videos. But let's go and have a look at Denise's video on how to make a Halloween display.
Hi, Denise here. Today I want to talk to you about making a Halloween arrangement with preserved flowers and foliage. I'm working with a cool, funky skull head, just a simple, inexpensive one I picked up at a craft shop. This is just one of the sort of plasticky foam variety, and it's just a solid head, so it's very inexpensive. You can buy more specially designed ones with like a vase kind of arrangement, which obviously works as well. But if you just have this type, you might already have these around your house. I just want to show you how you can make a pretty flower arrangement using this. So the first thing you need to do is just attach a piece of foam to the top, which is going to be your base to insert all your flowers and foliage into. I just cut off a piece. In my case, I use some floral tape to attach that. Just make sure it's secure, tape it around the edges as well, just so you don't want that going anywhere. You could probably also put some hot glue on there as well if you'd like to secure it. Just anything just to make sure it's steady and it's not going anywhere. Then you can just start working on your flowers and foliage. So in my case, I'm working with all preserved flowers and foliage. These last indefinitely, don't require any water or maintenance. So they're fresh flowers and beautiful, lovely products, great to work with, just like arranging with fresh flowers. But as I say, you can do a project like this without needing any water. And now the other advantage obviously is that because they're fresh flowers, originally were fresh before the preserving process, they're biodegradable. So you're also helping the environment without dealing with any plastic flowers. In my case, I'm starting with a beautiful purple hydrangea. As you can see, very pretty. I've already trimmed the stem slightly just so it's a short piece to work with. And when you first get it, sometimes they're a little bit crushed from transportation. So literally you just gently fluff the flowers just to bring it back to life and get it in the shape that you'd like it. So you take your flower. In my case, I'm going to work with sort of an asymmetrical design. You'll see as we're going along with this. So I'm going to just sort of insert my flower sort of in the center, but just slightly protruding to one side. Just be bold and shove it in. There we go. Just make sure it's down into the foam securely with the best face forward. You can see that right there. Don't worry if a few little flowers fall off. And then once you have your center flower in place, I'm then going to start working with my next element. So I'm working with some foliage here. I'm going to start with red salal leaves. So these are preserved leaves, the beautiful texture, beautiful color, and lovely product to work with. So I'm going to, as I say, I'm going to do an asymmetrical design. So I'm going to have taller elements on one side and then some slightly shorter elements to one side. You'll see as I go along. So I'm going to start by putting a few of these pieces in. I pre-cut these off the larger branches, so just make sure you have a few sort of nice leaves. Just discard any sort of crumpled ones. Because these were originally fresh leaves, you have all of the broken pieces and odds and ends that sometimes you would get in a regular bunch of leaves from the florist shop. So I'm going to just start. So once you have those pieces in place, I'm going to then work with some other elements. I want to try and get some height, so I'm going to use some of this long eucalyptus. the nice long stems. Again, I've cut some of these, pre-cut some of these pieces, so you have the long thin ones, and where some of the branches had smaller pieces, I've pre-cut those pieces off, so you have some smaller pieces to work with as well. It's coming together. Next element I'm working with is this red scabiosea. I love this one. It's like a sort of, again, real flower, but it sort of feels somewhat more dry, but I think that's just the nature of the actual flower. I have, again, some shorter stems, some longer ones. So following the same process I just went through, I'm going to put a few pieces on each side of my hydrangea. You want them to not to be nestled in too deeply, because you want to be able to see the individual items. In this arrangement, I don't have a huge amount of different elements, so each piece in itself, you want it to kind of stand out and make a statement. I just have a little tie here that came actually from the packaging, and just wind the little wire around a piece of your spider or whatever other fun things you're working with, but in this case I thought it was a fun Halloween decoration. And I'm just going to use that little piece of wire. He's not heavy, it's very light little arrangement, just to poke him in the top to sit on your hydrangea, and that little spider's not going to go anywhere. He's secured in there. And then I also have some, again, I like bringing in the black elements for Halloween, so I have some just sort of black dried sticks here. Again, just items from the craft store that I've had from other projects, and you can just insert those as well to give you, again, the height and the structure to it. Okay, so here we are. Here is the finished Halloween display. We have a fantastic skull head and purple preserved hydrangea, cute little black spider to highlight on the top there, and some fantastic foliage. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. You saw how easy that was to put together. And if you'd like to see more videos, check back with us at any time to Company Interiors and see other great things to do with preserved flowers and foliage. Enjoy your day.